Hi everyone. I hope that you're all enjoying Unidos Online today and all this weekend. My name is Fernando and I am one of the co-founders of Latinx in Gaming. And right now we're very excited to share all the games that were submitted for this year Unidos Game Jam. I'm very happy to be joined by a wonderful group of people, very talented Latinos from the industry, to help us be the jury for this game jam. And why don't we go and introduce ourselves, right? Let's start with Luis.
Hi, everyone. I am Luis Angel Mex. I'm originally from Mérida, Yucatan, Mexico, and I've been in different parts of Xbox for the last 10, 11 years. And I'm currently a software engineering lead over at Turn 10 Studios. So yeah, go Forza Horizon, go Forza Motorsport.
Thank you, Luis. Dan?
Hello, my name is Dan Rosas Paulsen, and I'm a Mexican developer born and raised in Mexico City. And back there, I used to work on an indie game called Kerbal Space Program. And I'm an animator at Valve, working mostly on Dota and doing cool stuff there.
Sandra?
Hola, soy Sandra Castro. I'm from Colombia, and I am this kind of crazy person that promotes the game dev industry in my country and in Latin America. More like an advocator and someone that it is like talking with different actors to promote the game dev industry.
Thank you, Sandra. Yeah, so this year we have 8 amazing games that people submitted. So I think we should just play some of them, or I hope most of them right now, just to chat a little bit about them. And then the judges will take some time to talk about them, and we'll announce the winners at the end. The winners of this game jam are going to be 3. There's a first, second, and third place. The first place will win $500. The second place will win $300, and the third place will win $200. The games are being judged in different categories. The games are being judged in terms of art, in terms of game design, in terms of how close or how they are interpreting the theme of this game jam, which is a story that can only be told by you, and just in general the aesthetics of the game. So yeah, let's start with the first game. I am going to share my screen for everyone here in the call to see it, and then we can start talking about it. Our first game is, let me see, it's called Comunicación, submitted by Sam. Looking for you guys. Let me see if I can make. There you go. You guys can see the game?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I like this one a lot.
Oh, yes, I agree.
It's like a text adventure, right?
We're starting strong.
I like that you have like the different options, and like, it seems for me that it's a very personal story, right? Like I can see myself like in a lot of this when I was a kid. So I really like that about this one. I think in the stream we might not be able to appreciate the full story, right? But I played the whole thing, and it was very interesting to read, and very I don't know, very intimate, which is something that I appreciate a lot.
I think thematically it hits the nail on the head, because it just tells a story that only that developer could tell that story. So I think it's just very, as you mentioned, it's very intimate, and it really pulls your string, right? You finish reading it and you're like, oh my God, I wish I had my grandma here.
Oh,
Yeah, and I think even as a text adventure, just the little extra on that, text formatting that shows up in some keywords or phrases like what we have right now with the the blurry text on
yeah.
these describing the collapsing onto the floor. That was pretty, that was great to transmit these emotions that normally you will think, oh, in a text only game, how do you transmit those emotions? And this is a great example of how to transmit those emotions.
Yeah, I really like at the beginning when it would like the, I guess the point of view wouldn't understand what the grandma was saying, right? Like, and it was just like gibberish. I really like that part.
Yeah, it has some very creative use of language and of signs and little tiny animations and typographies.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, this is Comunicación by Sam. We definitely recommend people watching the stream, going into the Ich Toda Yo page, so you can play it yourselves and enjoy it fully instead of just this little piece that we're showing here. So up next we have Walkman's Quest for Power. Let me reload this. Let's see if I can make it full screen. There you go. I love the music in this game. So WASD keys to move, the arrow keys to change powers, then the shift, and then interact, right? My favorite song is, which one is it? Is it this one? I don't remember. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, the Dash song.
Oh, no, no. I can do it. I can do it. I promise.
Yes,
no.
I think you need to jump and then do the dash.
Yes.
There you go.
I had to ask for help when I play this.
Let's try that again. No.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Fernando.
Wait until you have to do the double jump. That's the real challenge.
Yeah, at the end, I ended up dying a bunch of times on that last section where you have to go up with double jumps and then
yes.
dash and come down, dash and come down. Yeah.
I like that the developers understood that was a very hard point, and we were given a checkpoint.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll have preferred a checkpoint at the very top, so I didn't have to do double jump. But I understand it cannot be that easy, right?
I would prefer multiple checkpoints, please.
Do you remember how to pass this part? I don't remember.
I think it's with the, is it the yellow power? Because it says yellow there. I don't remember. I remember it wasn't that bad.
You have to click on the stones on the wall in the house with your mouse.
The mouse. Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, power up and double jump. There you go. I think I'm getting it now. Oh, oh, this is the checkpoint that you were talking about, huh?
There's another part.
Yeah, it has multiple checkpoints because I didn't die this early, Fernando.
No, I love it.
No.
Yeah, it has some really good platforming stuff. I think I guess the tutorial type thing where it's like, okay, here, use this power and stuff. That's nice. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, no, that was really fun.
Yeah.
It is, and
Awesome.
it has a lot of music there. I really love the kind of sounds, the way they use it. You get excited with the gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the ideas that tying sound to abilities or like to special something for your character. Yeah, I like that. If I were to say, I would see some room for improvement on the schematics of the keys, of having the power ups on your pinky on the shift and then WASD keys and then the mouse click. It makes it complicated. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, huh?
Mhm.
Like everything should be in the keyboard,
Mhm.
so you don't have to let go of the keyboard when playing. Okay. Okay. Next one we have the stories only she can tell by Emperatriz on. I'm playing this in this order just so we play all the web browser ones first.
And I think this has some nice music. I don't know if the music
Yeah.
in the video.
Yeah, no, this one has really good music. And honestly, I like the whole aesthetic, like the very minimalist aesthetic
I
here.
love it.
It's very game jammy.
Hmm.
Like the grandma is watching La Usurpadora. I remember watching La Usurpadora. You guys watch that?
Yeah.
Was that a thing in Colombia, Sandra?
Yeah,
La Usurpadora?
that's a pretty awesome song. Usurpadora. Like you have to dance that.
Oh yeah, the song, right? The song was really good. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Was it Luis Miguel? No, it was something else, right?
Something else.
Yeah.
I'm going
I
to
remember
pass
it
you
was
the
a
song.
woman.
It's a man singing.
Is the Usurpadora the same in Colombia? Was there a Colombian version of the Usurpadora? Or was it the Mexican telenovela?
I don't remember if we watched the
Well,
Mexican version.
I do
Or we
believe
watched the
that
Colombian one.
it was born in Argentina.
Oh,
and,
really?
And yeah,
Interesting.
and Colombia put their own version of
Okay.
that. I work. I can now talk about that because I work a lot of years back in that script. I was
nice.
like a script corrector, something like that, when I was studying in the university. And
Hey, Fernando. Oh, sorry. Fernando, can you start the audio on this? Sorry, I'm not getting any audio. I don't know.
This is super gorgeous. This audio is.
Yeah, no.
And huge
Super
apologies, Sandra, for
No, don't worry. The flow is going. Usurpadora all the way.
I'll fix the audio in a second, Luis.
But I don't remember if the character has their own voices. I believe they only have.
It's only music, right? And maybe
It's
some
only music, yes.
from the text.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's only music, but
I believe this one narratively also tells a story that no one else can tell. And
yeah.
that's one of the strong things about this one. Even though it's very brief and very short sentences,
Yes.
it tells you
Right.
something.
Yeah, it does give you a window to somebody else's life, right?
And we just
The
started talking about
relationship
it,
with the grandma.
so it opened up a whole conversation.
Yeah, I actually kept the music playing in the background while I was doing some other stuff after I played it.
Yeah, this is great. I love it. Okay. So that was
A huge
the story.
fan of Emperatriz. Awesome story, Emperatriz.
Awesome. So now we have our next game. I love the vibes on this one. Like the whole aesthetic of this is very, very interesting and like cyberpunky, futuristic. Cruise removal service. I really like the character that's going to like show up in a second. Let me put my name first. Look at that animation. That's some polish right there, huh? There you go. this guy. I like him a lot. Reminds me of Gordon of the Power Rangers, you know? Like floating there, floating chair.
Charles Xavier from the X-Men, right?
That too. Here I wish I could just like press the button to complete the full text, you know, like the whole JRPGs, you know, when you can just like skip to see the full text. I think it's great. I like the intro, you know, like it gives you a good setting on the universe that you're working on, that you're playing on.
I think the volume is too high now, Fernando.
What?
I think the volume is too high now.
Oh, it's too high.
Yes.
Sorry. Put here. Okay. Collect something. Oh, I need to collect this thing first, right? Deliver it. Okay, level. Say the course has been lifted. Then you send that. I think, right? That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
It seems like it, right?
Yes, I think so.
It's interesting. I like the combination of like the text and like the interaction with the world. You know, like,
Yeah, and there were a few other, I think, curses around scattered around the world, and I didn't quite understand if I needed to do one by one or if I can collect all of them, because when you go through them, they had different text and what they, you know, who sent the curse and what it is. But I just kept walking through them, and then I walked back to the portal and tossed them. And I don't know if I just tossed the last one or all of them. So that was slightly confusing. But the detail on, oh, this curse is this, and it came from blah, that was actually pretty good. I like that.
next game is this one. Loading. There you go.
Oh, I like this one.
You can do it. Computer. There you go. Oh yeah, I like this one too. I played it a little bit in Portuguese, but I didn't understand a lot of Portuguese, so I was like, but it's great. I like the whole fantasy about it, you know, like being on the point of view of like a kid. I really like that.
And the payoff at the end is like, oh yeah, I'm just thinking about this and playing in the street with my toys. With the, is this probably a game that you would play if you were a kid? Where the developer is from, or is it someone you guys have played?
I hope that somebody in the chat can tell us if this is like
Yes.
a Brazilian game, right? it's like caps, right? It's like bottle caps.
Hmm.
And I like the intro. Like this is like very peaceful and yeah, the caps track. Yeah. And it reminds me of a lot of like games that we used to play in Mexico, right? Like, but I think we would do with coins.
Hmm.
Besides marbles, I think marbles are pretty universal. But I think there's a lot of like coin-based games like this, where you have to like do something or get it close to the wall,
or Coca-Cola cups, or tazos,
or tazos, right?
Tazos.
Were tazos a big thing also in Colombia, Sandra?
Yes, we have Tazos and Tazos tournament here. This is pretty serious.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Yeah, had all the Pokemon ones. There were like the Dragon Ball ones. There were Dragon Ball ones, right? So I like that. I like the graphics of these. You know, like the floor looks really nice. If that makes any sense.
I really like there's a rollback button because I kept getting into this weird after shooting, then I will get into this weird location where the one I have to hit, it's on the other side of the one I shouldn't hit, and so I will keep getting stuck. And then I noticed the rollback button over there, and I was like, oh, that's a nice touch. And I think even has like an animation or something when you do the rollback.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, plays a little VFX. Yeah, I really like it because it's like it's very engaging, and but it's still like in here you can see the story, right? And like the thoughts of the kid, you know, like I don't know. I really like this. I can see why. Like I can see that this is like something that the developer was like thinking about, right? He was a kid. Yeah, I love this one.
I love the most is that it is like this kind of universal story because you can rely on in this game, in playing with your friends, and this is a really simple way to have this universal story of your childhood.
And also like that he's like talking about games, and I think that I love how like that universally is, you know, like sometimes people have this misunderstanding of Latin America of like, well, they're just like playing soccer or like stuff like that, right? But it's like he's just talking about Sonic, right? And how much he loves like Super Nintendo and stuff like that. I think it's great. All right. Our next game is Momount. Yeah, I still got a little bit with this one because I'm left-handed. I'm on a laptop, so I don't have a mouse. I think this one is pretty, but I didn't quite understand what I was supposed to do. Did you figure out what you were supposed to go? I remember I saw a chest. Maybe I'm not artistic enough to understand this game, you know. Like when you go to the MoMA in New York, and it's just like a painting of a white painting, you know. You don't get me, you know.
Yeah, this one, I don't have a gaming PC. I'm mostly a console gamer, and it was killing the frames per second were awful on mine. So I don't know if I could make a fair assessment, but the lighting looks really good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I think my fingers are going to die if I keep playing this. Because my laptop is getting warm too. It's not that great. All right. Next one. We have the one that I think that it has the best name, at least. Misteriosos. So good. Let's play this in Spanish. Oh, look, it remembers my name.
I think this game was really ambitious
Yeah.
for a game jam, but I think there's some really good bits in there, especially on the art side. It has potential to be really pretty. I don't know, there is a story, but I never could follow it completely.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys could.
Yeah, like it's like card based, right? Like depending on the card, you like the story is told in a different way.
And the muñecas are chasing you. I only met one muñeca once.
It's pretty though. Look at that wood. That wood looks expensive.
I like the design of the back of the cards.
Yeah. I like the feedback of the sound feedback. Yeah, look at this. Reminds me of Sayonara Wild Hearts cards. This Calavera Flor. I don't know if this is like a creepy game or I'm just like creeped out by dolls. It's kind of creepy for me. ¿Dónde está la llave? Lo pondré en mi mapa mental. Like you can be extraordinary. Oh no! Look at her. No! Oh!
Oh.
Yeah. She got me. The doll got me. That's good.
Are there any views where you see like the doll from all angles? Because it like I would love to see the doll like from the top. It looked great, and I'm like, oh, I want to see all the art and design around the doll.
Yeah, no. It's all it's like the monsters, you cannot see the monster.
You cannot imagine how pretty they are.
Yeah, you can only imagine. Okay, next one is Path. This might be our last game, I believe. Am I missing anyone that you guys remember? Oh, I remember this. I love the menu. This one was my favorite menu of all of them.
Yes.
Like you can select the language here, and like it's part of the gameplay.
I think this game is really pretty.
Yeah, I like this, like how it comes from different places. Yeah. It reminds me of the puzzle game, like the puzzle that exists in Ratchet and Clank. I don't know if you played the last Ratchet and Clank. Clank has some mini games, and it's kind of like this. It's solving puzzles like this.
For me, it's more like Bastion, where the floor keeps going into the ground as you walk through. the map.
Yeah. Ghost. I think my only like piece of feedback here is that I'm not entirely sure like how this is like a story only told by the developer, right? It's a really pretty game. Okay. But yeah, that's the part that it's missing for me.
So as a console gamer, I have to ask, is like I had to always use two buttons to navigate the map because it's at an angle, so I couldn't just go straight down or left or right.
Yeah.
Is that a common thing on PC, or is that
I
an
think
area of improvement for this game?
if there is a piece of feedback, I would give that feedback to match out the left and right to the axis of the isometric map. Yeah. Fernando, you are stuck on the same place as I did.
Yeah, me too. And then something happened, and I did something, and then everything disappeared and started falling.
I just pressed the keyboard to see if something would trigger, and I just kept falling for like 5 minutes.
Oh, maybe we're not smart enough. They're going to be like, how is that these people are the ones making video games? They cannot even play my game, huh? Yeah, I have no idea. But it's fun. I really like it. It's really pretty, and the music and everything. The whole aesthetic is cool.
It sounds amazing. It looks amazing, but I have the same comment. Like, what happened with the story? I'm not sure the way that they present the theme, but this game is clearly one of my favorites. But what happened with the theme?
Right? Okay, I think that's the 8 games, right? So I think we're going to take a small break. We're going to talk about it in private, and then we'll come back to give you guys the final results. So stay tuned. And we're back. After talking for about 6 hours of deliberating what is the best first, second, and third place on this game jam, the judges came to a conclusion. We really like all the games that were submitted this year for the Unidos Game Jam. We appreciate a lot the time. We are very happy that you guys got to make a game and tell a story that only you can tell this year. We definitely found that 3 of them stand out in this year Game Jam. Having said that, we couldn't choose one over the other. I think all of them have something very special about them. So we decided that we're going to award the first place to 3 games for different reasons, right? So the first game, please, Sandra, let us know which is the first game that won first place for this Unidos Game Jam.
The first one is The Stories Only She Can Tell by Emperatriz Ung and Cory Berstland. This is an amazing game, super small, created with a lot of love. We can relate with this story, we can relate with this narrative, and we love the music of this game. It's super minimalistic, and in the same way, it communicates a lot with these small efforts being a big story.
So congratulations, yeah!
Yeah, go, 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 go.
Okay, the next game, the next winner game, Luis.
Yeah, the next winner game is maybe one day I'll develop a game. I think overall, extremely balanced game across all the categories that we were looking at. You know, it definitely has that that theme aspect. It has, you know, good gameplay, you know, good options for the users, as I was mentioning, use the ability to roll back, and just the aesthetics it overall great balanced game, and that's why we're awarding this this first place.
Yeah, I love the game. Congratulations! Yay! Bravo! Yay! And finally, Dan.
So the final game that we decided to award is Comunicación by Sam. And the reason why we chose this game is because it also ties in on the thematic of this game jam, which is the story that only you can tell. We believe this story like really pulled a heartstring in us. And it was also a very minimalistic game, but also really effective in the way that it conveys language, it conveys typography. It also has a little here and there that makes you more compelled about the story that you're reading. And I believe I'm speaking of all of us when we were reading at the end of the story, we all had a very small lagrimita Remy by the end of the reading, and we were like, yeah, I just want to hug my grandpa or my grandma right now. And that really resonated with us. It's not the typical art game that you would see lots of assets in there, but the way that the developers used text in it just make it stand out from everything else.
Congratulations! Yay! Well, yeah, I think that will be for us right now. Congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to all the jammers too, right? Like keep making games. I love making games, and I hope you all keep making cool stuff and stories that only we can tell us in our community, right? Like the Latinx community has great culture and great stories to share with the rest of the world. So we hope that this small game jam can be just a start of something bigger for a lot of you. Thank you to all the judges here for being with us and helping us with this amazing game jam. And we hope you keep enjoying Unidos Online. And we'll see you next year.